Morning, morning, everyone. Rise and shine. Who would like lots more energy and feel like they've got so much more time? Which is exactly why I am bringing to this beautiful group of mine. Welcome, welcome, Alicia, to my amazing group of amazing parents. We've got 2,200 moms, dads. I shouldn't ignore the dads. I always just focus on the moms. However, yes, amazing dads as well in this group. And today is about, I don't know about the rest of you, but having not enough energy was a big one for me on my journey in parenting, as well as not having enough time. And I do believe they are connected. And we're chatting with this amazing energy coach, my beautiful soul divine friend as well. I just want to share, Alicia, how I really appreciate you along this journey. We've both been on this journey to serve and our own little thrive from our own little spaces to make a difference in this big, large world and take our ideas out there. How you've been on this path with me. I just want to honor you all those times when I'd put out events, no one would show up, but you were there and kept me going. So I love you and I'm very appreciative and I'm so grateful that you have agreed and I want to say agreed is not the right word. You have generously offered your service to this group to share your insights on what energy is about and how our amazing parents can shift their perspective, because everything's perspective and perception and what we've been taught and our parents have taught us and our parents have raised us from being so exhausted and overworked, and we've got this tag that unconsciously, of course, and correct me if I'm wrong, that if we are busy and we have full schedules and we are overworked and we're feeling burnt out, that somewhere beneath all of those layers we are a good parent. We're doing a lot because we care so much and we are doing so much for our families, and we end up burning ourselves out. And what is really sad is how it all falls into a vicious circle if you're not aware of this energy, because it's tainted with guilt. It's tainted with am I a good enough parent or not? That we put this guilt as a burden on our families, and how this shows up is in our frustrations. We feel like we are being given less. I give so much. I feel like I'm a doormat. I'm just working and overworking and I don't get back enough. And parents reach, by the time our kids are in those teen years, they're done. And our teens are showing up with all of those challenges, and our parents are showing up depleted. So I'd love to hear your insights, and the parents on this group would love to hear your insights. I'm going to be watching for comments as well. And as you share, I will be sharing questions that are coming into the group. So please feel free to put your comments, ask your questions, get into that pain, because Alicia knows this stuff. She lives and breathes it every single day. She can answer any question. I know I'm speaking for you, Alicia, but I have that much trust in you that there's nothing that a parent can ask that you can't resolve. And you're a beautiful parent as well. You've got a house full of humans, as you were just mentioning. So we'd love to hear your story, and we'd love for you to share some amazing tips with our parents, as well as, before you close up, we'd love to know, how can we join you? How can we become part of your group? What events you've got coming on, so we can jump on that wagon and enjoy life with more energy and feeling like we have more time, so we can give more to our kids and enjoy more.
Oh, thank you so much, Yolanda. I know there's always a love fest when you and I are in the same place, because
I love that love fest.
Yeah, we fell in love, didn't we? Like when we first met, it was just like this,
wasn't it?
Disconnection. We just were home with each other, and that's all because of the things that I'm going to talk about, as the fact that we are vibrational beings, we are energetic beings. And so when we were in each other's space when we first met, we could just feel that and feel the alignment with each other. So it was just such an immediate connection.
It's so crazy now that you bring that back. We had no idea who we were, but we knew we loved each other.
Yeah, we did. We did, and we still do, and we always will. Thank you so much for your beautiful introduction. Thank you for having me in your group, and I've absolutely adored and loved witnessing and being part of this beautiful journey as you are now out serving all of these parents. And it is such an important job, being a parent. It is such an important role. It is such a privilege that we have to help guide these beings who are in human form on their journey on Earth School, as I call it. And it's such good work that you're doing. Thank you, Yolanda. And as you were talking, I actually thought of something that I haven't thought about for a while, but when you were talking about, depleted parents and exhausted and overwhelmed and the guilt and all of those things, I immediately had this vision of the wake up call for me that really led me on this path, which was a long time ago now, but it was probably about 2010, when at that point we only had 2 preschoolers. We now have 4 kids. So we've got a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 14-year-old.
Whoa, that's a house full.
Yeah,
don't miss out the little dog as well there.
And the little dog. Oh, and the little dog who keeps waking me up. So I remember my wake up call, and I was at the time had a really busy job. My background is I've been a lawyer for 20 years, and I was working in a government department running the investigations team. And I just had so much work. I was really overwhelmed. I was on autopilot, rushing around, trying to be the best to everyone. And I was leaving nothing for myself. And I had a time where I had to take my little boy for a medical appointment, and he wasn't cooperating. My daughter was going crazy. And I remember thinking, Yolanda, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to be here. I need to get back to work. I need to get all this stuff done. I need to help my team at work. And then I just felt like this kind of wake up call, like slapped me in the face saying, what are you doing? You desperately for your whole life wanted to have children. And now you've got these gorgeous little sweet beings who are here right here, and your son needs you. And you're thinking, I don't have time for this. And you think that going to work is more important. Like, what are you doing? And I actually had like this breakdown, ugly crying moment in my car when I got back into the car. And I was like, oh my God, I'm being the terrible parent. I'm not being, all of that stuff that I totally resonate and relate to when we have that as parents. It was such a big moment.
I just want to ask the audience here, have you felt this? Have you really felt this? Please put in the comment section. You might be watching it on replay. Can you relate? You're not alone. There's so many of us feel so bad, and we are beating ourselves up because we ask ourselves those questions, because we judge ourselves and say, I am such a bad parent. Have you ever said that? Please put it in here, because let's shout out for all of those parents who do go through that. And we think we're alone. And we think that, and this is where that turning point happens. So it's a beautiful space. If you've ever asked yourself that, that's a turning point. I've had that too, Alicia, when I've asked myself, oh my God, this is not the parent I envisioned myself to be. And that was the turning point. But the turning point only happens if we are not beating ourselves up.
And the awareness. And it's
you
that
have
awareness.
Yes,
like, whoa,
throw a light on it.
Yes, and you kind of step out of it and go and look down and think, whoa, oh my God, what am I doing? And so for me, that was a massive wake up call for me, where I started to get my priorities in order. And I started, actually, it didn't start with me parenting and focusing on that. It started with me focusing on me. And that's where it just all went from, was that I started to get back in touch with my inner self, my inner being, and started to meditate, to journal, to connect back with myself, to really fill my cup up, connect with my soul, to find the things that made me pump and thrive. Because
I just want to highlight that again. That is such an important step. And why so many of us parents don't take that step and put the focus back on us, because we think we need to make it about them. But I cannot emphasize. So thank you so much for saying that, Alicia. That is the turning point. When you start to realize that in order to give my kids the best, we need to have a balance in giving ourselves the best. That's where that imbalance happens. That's when we're running out of time. That's when we're running out of energy, because we are depleting within ourselves. We've not been taught. Let's learn it for ourselves so we can teach our kids that they need to put themselves first, but they need to see us doing it, not just words.
100%, 100%. And we've been conditioned the other way. We've been conditioned that we just have to give and give and give, and that's being a good person, and to be selfless and do everything for your kids. And what I have learned in my experience since really being disciplined about this on my journey since 2010 now, is that when I am full, when my cup is full and I am thriving and I am pumping, then I've got that overflow that is coming from a much better place than just giving only what I have. And everything is energy. Everything is energy. We are vibrational beings. We are energetic beings. And when we start to see ourselves as that and not just these human bodies, then our energetic emissions become really important, of what we are emitting and what we are prepared to receive into our energetic system. So I see ourselves as energetic batteries, like rechargeable batteries that we are able to charge.
I just had a vision of those energizer bunnies.
Yeah, we are these little energizer bunnies. So we are a rechargeable battery, a cell. And we also, in my view, have a connection to source energy, which is eternal and can never be severed. And once we have that perception, looking at our human existence from that vantage point of, okay,
well done.
I'm not just this. If I saw myself, I understand why so many humans feel exhausted and depleted, because we think I'm just this fallible human and this is all I've got. Well, everything is overwhelming then, because we feel limited, we feel finite, we feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to run out of energy and there's nothing left, and I'm getting overwhelmed and depleted and all of that stuff.
But we're operating from a space of lack.
Yes. And that's it, that there's only a certain amount of abundance, and that other people will have it, then I can't have it, and all of this stuff. But energetically, it is the absolute opposite. We are expanding, and there is always more, and we are always available to tap into that. And so when we see ourselves as this energetic battery that also has this connection with source energy, we feel unlimited in energy. It is never ending. It is abundant. And when at times, if I do feel like my battery's getting a bit depleted, it's like there are so many tips and so many ways that we can just recharge it back up.
Can you please share some with us?
Yes. I mean, so simple is just to get yourself energetically into nature, get your shoes off, put your feet on the ground, and energetically, you will just start to rebalance your energetic system. You can connect and exchange amazing energy with trees. So it sounds like a bit woo-woo, but seriously, it is incredible. I charge my energy, my battery.
Yeah. Don't worry about what it sounds like. Just go and try it out.
Exactly.
On days when I feel run down, I've got a tree that I just put my shoes on. I walk to my tree and I sit under it. I don't care how hideous I look, but I am energized.
Yeah.
It is amazing. We need to experience, I used to be stuck in the woo-woo trap as well. I don't care if it's woo-woo or not. No, it works.
It works, and it's real. It is real. And everything, we are all energy waves and vibrations. Everything is flowing. Everything is connected. Trees emit frequencies, plants emit frequencies, and we are ultimately part of that collective
and we can
energy.
Energize from that source. So tip number one was, I'm just going to, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So tip number one was to shift your perception from your own body being all that you have, because this is lack, this is limitation. Switching into the fact that we are part of a larger system. We are energy. We can refuel from a greater unlimited source of energy when we choose to connect. Tip number two was put on those shoes, and when you get out there, take those shoes off, connect to the earth, ground, because there is unlimited source of supply. And try and go out there by yourself. Parents think that we need to, my child hasn't been out as yet, so I'm going to take them out. Yes, brilliant. But how about you go out yourself, recharge yourself, and bring that recharged self to your child?
Yes,
They will
exactly.
enjoy that so much more than you taking them with you and focusing your energy and your attention on them and not accessing all that there is around you.
Absolutely. And as you said earlier, we are modeling whether we are prioritizing ourselves and treating ourselves as this precious, precious, amazing being. And so my kids know that the first thing I do, I get up, I put my feet on the ground, I say thank you, and I walk straight outside, and I don't talk to anyone. I don't touch my phone. My very first thing every single morning is that I'm out there with my feet on the ground, and I'm doing breath work. So breath work is another way. That's really the bridge and the connection with the other aspect of us, that higher aspect,
Beautiful.
that higher frequency. So deep breath work, there's so much that people can
because
find.
Breath connects us to the now. It brings us in the present moment. So that's
Correct.
when you can have access to unlimited energy.
Exactly. So when we are connected to source, when we are aligned with the now, we are then able to connect in. There's so many ways. I mean, you can place your hands up like this and bring your intention in and just ask for source energy just to fill you up. And if you're sensitive to energy, you will feel. So for me, it's just like pulsing. You can
I think
feel
we all
energy.
are sensitive. We're just not tuned into it, or we don't believe it's possible. Oh, look at that. That's what you're doing. Can we just ask all of our audience, when you're watching this, please share with us that you have done this amazing energy exercise to feel the energy. Just go for it. Allow it to come through. It's there.
Yeah, and really bring your focus. See where you focus your attention, your energy flows. So right now, for example, I'd love you to think about your right knee. Suddenly I'm conscious of my right knee because I'm bringing my attention there, right? So it's the same thing. You bring your attention. Your intention is our most powerful way of commanding our energetic system, and our energy is our most valuable commodity. And I know your parents out there will agree. When they feel energetic, it's like you can take on the world and things just flow through, and we don't get ourselves all in a fizz and a fuzz. But when we're feeling depleted, things that normally don't bother us, they just knock you out, right? Everything gets hard. The world's against us.
And I want to also check in with the parents. Do you resonate with that your kids can feel your energy when you're on that high buzz? Where are your kids at? And when you're on that low, where are your kids at? Do you think, just question, just become curious, do my kids know where I'm at energetically? And how do they respond to your energy? We don't need to say anything to our kids. We can parent them from our energy.
Yes.
This is where intuition comes in. This is where we are supported in our parenting, not just by our own selves and our own strength. And to all the single parents out there as well, we think we are alone. We are never alone.
No.
We just need to allow. I'm a single parent as well, so I get you. I felt that. I felt alone. I felt depleted. I felt I couldn't do this. And when we hit rock bottom, the only way is up. And sometimes it takes us to hit rock bottom to recognize, oh my God, I have access to all of this energy. I am loving what you're sharing, Alicia.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here. And I take my hat off to single parents. I mean, I've got my husband helping me with the 4 kids. So whenever he goes away on big trips, it's like, oh my God, single parents, I'm just like bowing down to you all. I absolutely love what you're saying. And this is it. It is around parenting from that energetic space and bringing your intention. And it makes it much more effective and efficient. So, we can be in the physical and trying to shift things and move things and using our voice and saying things and all of that. But we are vibration first before matter will shift. And this has been, there's so much science now around it. People who are interested in the science, if you follow Dr. David Hawkins, if you follow Dr. William Tiller, if you follow James, how do you say, Gimzewski, we now know that bodies, that we vibrate, that our cells vibrate, that our organs vibrate, our whole being, we are an instrument, and that healthy cells make a singing, continuous sound. And unhealthy cells sounds like radio getting interrupted with like white noise and the interruption. And so we are this flow of energy. And when our energy system is flowing really well and it's clean and it's clear and our energy centers or your chakras are working at the optimum, then we have our energetic system working beautifully. But when we are having blockages and when we're having densities of energies, which are created with our own mind through our own thoughts, which also have a vibration, we are this temple that must be honored and treated beautifully, and not allowing dirty mud to come through your energetic system. So being really conscious of yourself as an energetic system. So not only we are the cellular, we're one cell, we also have this connection to source energy that I believe is eternal and can never be broken, and that we are eternal beings. And the third aspect is we also are like a satellite dish where we're receiving and we are transmitting energy. So once we start to see energy more like that, it makes us much more conscious of what thoughts we are thinking, because we think that we can think things in our own mind and that it doesn't matter and it doesn't impact, but it impacts, in my view, the entire tapestry of the entire universe. Yeah. So
thoughts are the basis of our work in empowered parenting. Our thought model is our TEAR model, and it starts with thoughts. So thank you for sharing that. We are all about being aware of our thoughts, generate the emotion, that's the E, which lead us to take the actions which give us the results, the R. So once we are aware of how we have first to be aware of how we have created what we have created. Yeah. And a lot of families have the chaos. We can then consciously, in an empowered way, rewire the results that we get. And choose and consciously create our reality.
Absolutely.
So we'll summarize, because we've got you for another 2 times. We've invited you in again. So members in the group, if you are enjoying what Alicia's sharing with us, please let us know. Give us a thumbs up in the comment section so we can bring her in again. Who would like to hear? She has so much to share with us, and we have energy is a big one on the parenting journey, and we're absolutely loving what you're sharing. So if you can summarize for us what parents can take away today and what can we come back for tomorrow, that will be brilliant. Alicia, I'm seeing you again at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. How exciting!
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, thank you. So the first thing I want to say is, beautiful beings, beautiful parents out there, this is a privileged role. And I know each of us, we're doing our best with what we've got. But as we learn more, as we understand ourselves more and understand ourselves, if this is something that resonates with you, like I'm not saying everyone, you just have to just accept what I'm saying. It's a matter for you to tune into yourself. Does this ring true or does this not? You know, the energy of my family, is it impacted by my energy? Yeah, I think most of you would say it definitely is. So it's your own experience and you become the scientist of this. And so I always say to people, like, just try these kind of things. And, you know, before you go, for example, into your daughter's bedroom, who maybe things are feeling a bit glitchy, like before you even step in there, you create your energetic intention. You see it first of how it's going to be. You bring your vibration first. When we're bringing a vibration of anger, of guilt, of all of that stuff, that they feel that. And it's not as though those emotions are to be suppressed. That's not what we want. We want to allow them, to process them, to bring them forward and to acknowledge those emotions. That's part of, I'm not saying I'm a perfect parent and that my house never has chaos. Oh my God. It's like all the whole hoo-ha for sure at times, but it's certainly around how we respond to that and whether we allow ourselves to take on all of the energy, even for our kids. Like, you know, when they're having hard times, like we as parents sometimes can take all of that on as well. So it's really seeing our role as an energetic being and to be really conscious and disciplined. It takes a lot of discipline around our thoughts.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Alicia. We will be sharing more, and Alicia will be joining us again tomorrow, because there's a lot that we can learn. And once we own this, we are unlimited beings. We become that parent that our child is craving and longing for us to be. And as we learn this energy game that I call, once you master and learn the tricks to this energy game, you start to become aligned with your own self, your own true self, which then gives permission to your kids to light up and be their true self, which is why I see our chats with Alicia so important to our parenting journey, which is why I have asked her to offer her time again to us. So tell us if you have enjoyed what she has shared. What have you learned? What is your biggest aha moment? Put it in the comment section, and she will be ask your questions too, so she can be answering that for you tomorrow. So your time with us has been invaluable, Alicia. We've loved every word that's come out of your mouth. We can't wait to hear from you again tomorrow. So thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.